All right. The clothes you put on in the morning, the cup of coffee you drink, the newspaper you read, or the newspaper that you read off of your phone, whichever, what do all these things have in common? All of them have either water in them or water in their production. We use water in everything we do every day, but we don't think about it. It's a necessity for life, but we don't think about how much we need it. And we're running out of it. We don't use it with any caution. We don't care that we're running out of it. Take your finances, for example. You work hard to get the money that you earned. You're not just going to throw it away. You're going to use it to better your living situation. Why don't we do that with water? Isn't it more important than money? I mean, you need water to live. You can live without money. Kind of harder, but you can live without money. So why don't we take more care of it? I first came interested in this topic last semester during school. In one of my classes, it came up and we had a discussion about it. And in that discussion, it was mentioned that in just a few years, major cities such as Tokyo, London, and Miami are going to run out of water. Fresh, clean drinking water. They're going to run out in just a few years. That's closer to home than we could ever imagine. So today, I'm going to tell you a little bit of why it's happening and a few ways that we can combat this water crisis. So what exactly is causing this water crisis? According to World Resources Institute, there are 7 main reasons for the water crisis that we are facing. So we're going to go over those 7 reasons. The first reason is climate change. Everybody hears about all the problems climate change is causing on the world. One of them is with water. Dry areas are getting drier, and precipitation that does occur is more extreme and unpredictable. The clouds are leaving regions such as the sub-Saharan and the Middle East, and they're going to the poles. This makes those areas drier, and then where the water is going has more extreme, and you end up with more major and deadly floods. The second reason is very simple. 2 things, money and population. Both of them are increasing. More people, population continues to rise, equals more people, more thirst, more water consumption. And as income rises, that has more demand for products that have water in their production. The third reason is that as the demand for water rises, we take it from the ground. So we're depleting the world's aquifers. And it's easy to do this because we can't see the depletion because it's underneath the ground, so we just keep doing it. We just keep depleting and depleting and depleting. We never put anything back in. The fourth problem is purely man-made. The water that we do get, we're not taking care of it. Treatment plants, pipes, and sewer systems are in a major state of disrepair. Leaky pipes alone can cause up to 6 billion gallons of water to be lost per day. That's a lot of water per day to be lost just because of leaky pipes. The man-made infrastructure isn't the only problem though. So is the natural infrastructure. We're ignoring it. A healthy ecosystem is vital to clean water. It helps filter pollutants, and it works as a flood for buffer flood, and it helps regulate water supply. The 6th problem is that the water we do have, we're wasting it. We use it, and then instead of purifying it for reuse, we just throw it away. And because it's more expensive to purify it than it is to just dispose of it. And that's our 7th problem. The price of water does not cover the price of the total services used. To update water to water-saving technologies, you need more money. We don't have the money to do it because our prices aren't covering what we have now, let alone for an update. So according to World Resources Institute, we are in this water crisis because of climate change, rising population and income, aquifer depletion, unreliable water infrastructure, the lack of conserving the natural infrastructure, the wasting of water, and the price of water does not cover the price of the services. So that's just a few of the reasons that we are running out of water. Now let's look at some solutions to those reasons. Circle of Blue communicated with GlobeScan and Sustainability, who conducted some research on this, and they came up with 19 solutions. We're not going to go over all 19, we would be here for days. We're going to go over 6 of them that directly corresponded with the causes that I just gave you, and then a few other solutions we're going to look into just a little bit deeper. The first cause was climate change. So the first solution is climate change reduction. Seems simple enough, but it's a little bit more complicated as we've been trying to reduce climate change for a long time now. But we need to start doing it more seriously because this is a big deal. We need to look into alternatives such as bioenergy crops to solar power plants. These solutions will help with all of the causes that climate change is having on the world, including the lack of water. Rising population and income is the second reason for this water crisis. The solution to that Circle of Blue was given is population control. That might seem a little bit extreme. There are a whole lot of different ways that this can be attained though, some more extreme than others. It is predicted that by 2030, there will be a supply-demand gap of 65% in water resources. That's a big gap. And 70% of the world's water resources that we get go to agricultural reasons. As population rises, so will the demand for food production, and the water consumption will rise even more drastically. So we need to be at least considering some different ways for population control. That leads to the solution of the improvement of irrigation and agricultural practices. There are a whole lot of new technologies out there to help with water supply and irrigation techniques. But farmers don't even need to do that. They can simply improve their systems now. Even the improvements will help to start. I mean, the new technologies will help even more, but even just some improvements in their current stuff will help as it is too. Just as farmers can improve their irrigation infrastructure, we need to improve the distribution infrastructure. Poor infrastructure wastes water, it adds costs, and allows waterborne diseases to spread unnecessarily. It's a simple problem, but it's not only in third world countries. It's everywhere. It's even here in the US. Improving the water infrastructure would help us a lot, and it's something that we need to do, and it would save a lot of water. Just stop the leaky pipes. Likewise, as we can protect the natural infrastructure, giving it every chance to thrive and function as it was made to do. A community that uses an operating sewage treatment plant while using water waste to fertilize biofuel crops is an example of this. These biofuel crops will soak up nutrients and purify the wastewater. This is enabling the water to be purified naturally, so it's going to cost less to naturally purify the water, and it's helping the environment and the environmental natural infrastructure. Another solution to this water waste is to recycle our wastewater. Wastewater can be reduced and used again in a variety of purposes, from agricultural purposes to the uses of replenishing groundwater basins according to the EPA. The solution to the problem of pricing seems simple enough: raise the prices. So kind of hard to do that because we believe that it's a fundamental right to have water, and that if we raise the prices, the lower income families and communities won't be able to have access to water. But if we don't raise the prices and if we don't do something about this, we're going to run out of water, and the lower income isn't going to be the only people who need water, and we're going to be having trouble finding water. All of us are if we don't do something. So some ways we can do, some ways that we can help across the globe to do this is to have climate change mitigation, population control, improvement of irrigation and agricultural practices, improve distribution infrastructure, holistically manage the ecosystem, recycle wastewater, and appropriately price water. Now that we have a better understanding of what exactly is going to cause this water crisis and a few ways we can combat it. So I'm just going to give you a quick review of everything that we just went over. The water crisis is in due part to climate change, rising population and income, aquifer depletion, unreliable water infrastructure, the lack of protection for the natural infrastructure, wasting water, and the pricing among other causes. A few ways we can combat this include climate change mitigation, population control, improvement of irrigation and agricultural practices, improvement of distribution infrastructure, holistically manage ecosystems, recycle wastewater, and appropriately price water. So the next time you take a drink or even change your clothes, think about the importance of water in your life and remember to do everything that you can to help combat this water crisis.